Crawdad.
Hey Slim, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, last time you were up at the Misery Work Farm, you got shaken up pretty bad by one of them Bigfoots, and you're still willing to go and do security out there?
Yes.
Okay. And you got your killer dog here,
Hi, Sonny.
Sonny. Yeah.
Music, it's a mystery. And here on the Mystery of Misery Work Farm, we hope to decode it. Three scrapping young lads searching for the meaning of music. Crawdad, retired astronaut and ethnomusicologist. Oklahoma Slim, undercover unlicensed dentist and taxidermist. And Jake Leg Jake, rehab center tester and owner of Tiny's Fresh Crabs and Other Surprises. They joined forces with rockets, paranormal gear, a cell phone, and an unending desire to learn 4 or more chords. On Music, the Mystery of Misery Work Farm.
So what are your feelings about driving back to the Misery Work Farm? I mean, we're out here in the middle of absolutely nowhere, rural Colorado. There's nothing around. No other houses for miles and miles and miles. Bigfoots, UFOs everywhere.
Well, I have 2 thoughts on it.
Yeah.
A pile of shit don't stink until you step in it.
Yeah.
So there's that. And, sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeezing. So I guess I'm fine with it.
I mean, but so last time you got like really swiped across the face by one of those huge Bigfoots, and I mean out in like out there in those woods, it's just thick. UFOs, Bigfoots, dire wolves.
And dire wolves are the ones that worry me the most.
Stuff we can't even comprehend.
I think a lot of those creatures, they know their limits, but the dire wolf, he really often kicks beyond his defense, and so it's kind of tough to face.
I mean, and Sonny is specially trained, right, to sniff out Bigfoots and
he's
stuff.
already on high alert.
Yep. Yeah, you can see he's getting nervous. Okay.
When Crawdad's wife, Mrs. Crawdad, bought the then broken Arrow Ranch, it was owned by David Duchovny, who used it as a retreat to study Diogenesian cynicism by living in a burned-out old drain pipe on the property. There, he spent many years contemplating man's relationship with nature and trying to find one truly honest man. The man he found was Snoop, who wandered onto the ranch after a hard night at Jerry's and collapsed in the drain pipe. David Duchovny was interested in using the ranch for a hit TV series exploring the paranormal phenomenon and musical aberrations on the ranch, but decided that elite Hollywood life would be more rewarding, and America just wasn't ready for shows about the paranormal. So he sold the ranch to Mrs. Crawdad. To this day, Mr. Duchovny and Snoop still come to the ranch, though Snoop stays for limited periods of time, since his body has a hard time tolerating the clean, crisp mountain air.
Well, here we are back at the Naughty Pine Studio.
This is only for full contact situation.
Okay.
The Naughty Pine Studio, called by Keith Richards the Gaudy Haughty Stew, and where he recorded his hit song Mrs. Robinson with the Beatles for the Star Wars film, is nestled in the center of and is the pulsing beat of the Misery Work Farm. Many blues singers have come here to feel miserable enough to make their blues authentic. It houses Crawdad's collection of pawn and is where he does most of his work.
Yeah, so Slim, last time you were here, we said it's pretty rough. We put together some footage that we caught, with our drones and crew and everything while you were out in the woods, and thought I'd play it for you. It's about 3 minutes of it, I think, and you can kind of tell us what you were thinking and feeling at the time. So what's happening here?
Well, that's some trash. Breakfast money off the dragon. At a dam that looks a lot like blue knife. Looks like.
There's a tiger. And do you remember that? I mean, the listening? I remember. I mean, there was a lot going on.
I remember the tiger and the Shaolin fighters. Shaolin fighters. Oh yeah, the whole that was
But like emotionally, what you experiencing?
a combination of sheer terror with childhood.
I mean, and you came back.
Yep.
You spent a year and a half in the hospital. You're back.
I'm back. It was a trying experience.
Yeah. So you obviously want more.
I do want more. Yeah, this wasn't that.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can do a year and a half in the hospital.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. But, so what do you think is the story behind the Shaolin fighters? And the aliens and the Bigfoots?
I think the Shaolin fighters were the ones that first tried to bring an understanding of alien life. When they weren't listening to, they weren't paying attention to. So clearly recognize of our
And what kind of weapons are you using? It looks like you're resorting to pretty primitive weapons.
mostly big lighters and surfboards. Sometimes sticks.
What's your strategy in providing security in such a this kind of weapon?
Running away mostly.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the mermaid.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and you just like you look out there. That's right out there. That's the woods where it all happened. Right?
Yeah, it's like an endless forest. It just goes and goes and goes and goes, and there's no end to it.
I can't remember which one was first, the Shaolin monks or the apes.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one was first.
It's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah. So we're going to decode the history of music
Okay.
here in this environment.
Yep.
And what are your thoughts about that?
About the uncovering the history of music.
Yeah, particularly American music.
It all goes back to the Shaolin monks.
Okay, thanks.
I'll never forget that day back in 03. No, it was 23. Back in 23. After Slim had that encounter, you know, he got in his car, sped away like I've never seen a person speed away in a car. You could tell how desperate he was. That affected him. It affected him bad. I was hoping he'd drive carefully. I wasn't sure. You know, we checked with him later, called him on his cell phone. That guy wasn't okay. I'll never forget being haunted by that day.
So, just to be clear and straight with our viewers, you have been incarcerated.
Yes. And I was given a full pardon.
You were pardoned?
Yes, Donald Trump pardoned me in 2019.
So I imagine you voted for Trump?
Oh, no. I mean, I can't think of anything more irresponsible than letting a person like me free. I mean, it's just a complete travesty. I mean, it's kind of funny, really, what happened. You see, so I got this, I have an Army buddy. I went out to visit him. He lives down in southern Nevada. And so there are these toads down there. And you lick the toads, and they can give you a pretty good buzz. So anyway, I was down visiting my buddy. We went a little bit crazy with the whole toad thing. And, he OD'd on the toads. And so anyway, there's like this whole thing that, after he died, his parents wanted to take him back and give him a good Christian burial. And we knew he'd hate that. So we were down partying with, David Crosby and whatever blonde singer he was hanging out with at the time. And, so we went and, we got a van and we went and we got the body. We stole it off the airport tarmac and we took it up to Joshua Tree in like this big police chase, and because we knew that's where he'd want to get buried, so we took him out there and took him out and gave him a proper burial and a proper cremation.
Burn up a body, Joshua Tree side.
Well, the whole irony of the thing is that, it's not illegal to like burn a already dead body. And, so the police couldn't arrest us on that. So we paid a fine for breaking into the tarmac. But it was the other things that they really charged me on.
Townsfolk armed to the teeth, think it will do them some harm. Oh, but we're just wondering.
I mean, after the whole cremation thing, I went back to Cros's house and realized, that he owed me some big time money, and I'd forgotten about it. So he was passed out, and so what I did was I just started like loading up stuff that was in his house, and those are things I got charged on because, I guess that it's illegal to have stolen rattlesnakes in a car. Who knew that? I had a lot of whiskey that I got from him. I was arrested on a reservation, so that becomes a federal crime. The uranium was the thing that kind of put me over because I didn't realize it, but David Crosby, was making enriched uranium in his basement. So I guess he had a beef with the neighbors, and so his idea was, basically, I'm going to nuke them. So, he was down there enriching the uranium to like make his own nuclear payload. And then there was the car. So anyway, they gave me life in prison without, opportunity for parole. But then, Donald Trump came along and I have no idea why he pardoned me. I think he thought maybe I was somebody else. But anyway, I got the pardon. And here I am,
But you say you credit your time in prison for your understanding of ethnomusicology.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess that probably everywhere, but particularly in America, it's like music is not the expression of the elites or the privileged. It's really the pushback against the elites or the privileged. And America has such a rich history of music because we have such a rich history of suffering at the hands of others, and so our music really came from genocide and enslaved people and poverty, prisons, addictions, gang violence, all immigrants, waves and waves of immigrants and their poverty and their expression and what they brought. And all those things mill together. And, the court music, like the court music of Europe, is where the composers would bring in the folk music, bring in the folk songs, refine them, and play them in a way that the elite people in the court could appreciate it. Very refined, which I think is kind of like our popular music today. And pop music is a refinement of the roots music, of the gritty music that came to America. And so I think every time that we hear a drum beat, we're really listening to something that came out of our Native American heritage or our African heritage. The melodies and the harmonies come from all over the world. Native America, from Africa, from Europe. We have stories from the Celts, stories from the British that have intermixed. And I think the thing that's kind of at the heart of that is, the good old-fashioned American banjo, which came from Africa and has been here as sort of the receptacle of all of the music since. And, you don't see the banjo. Banjo's made fun of. You don't see the banjo on our stages at pop concerts and things like that as much. But it's where the music came from. That's our wellspring. Despite all that suffering, somehow there's still hope. And that's sort of the core of American music, is things couldn't be much worse, but there's hope. So yeah, it was prison that helped me realize all that, helped me understand what American music is made of.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Crawdad, do you know what I like?
What do you like, Slim?
The cool, smooth, refreshing taste of Morley cigarettes. Why, once I get started, I just can't stop.
Yes, Skid. As an inventor, I sure wish I had invented these smooth, luxurious cigarettes.
And it's a tradition in Oklahoma. These are the same cigarettes my great-great-grandpa smoked.
I love these Morley cigarettes. Can I have just one more? You bet. Every day I smoke 'em hard. It makes me like a cookie jar. I love these Morley cigarettes. I have just one more. You bet. Love these Morley cigarettes. I drink 'em every day and night.
Side effects are uncommon and include headache, nausea, vomiting, death, dizziness, ejaculation, dysentery, cardiac arrhythmia.
That dog's got his heckles up.
That's because I'm an intruder.
Oh,
I'm here to steal your Sasquatches.
Okay. Good.
I just got my teeth cleaned.
You did?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
They wiped off all the government influence.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got some inventions today?
I do.
All right. Looking forward to seeing them.
The fist pumpinator.
Nice.
Give me a
Okay.
fist bump. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I can give people fist bumps without giving their government influence all over me.
Yeah.
Be ignored or to escape when we feel bored or to be suppressed when
I'd like the fist bump in it.
Well, we probably need to take the inventions down to the inner sanctum, which is our skiff, as you know.
The Inner Sanctum is a SCIF, a secure space where the U.S. government stores, discusses, and processes classified information. This is a modified 1960 Midway mid-jet camper trailer. It was modified in an unprecedented Cold War joint venture between the CIA, the East German Stasi, and aliens in 1963. Educated technologist Jake Legg. Jake has tried to invent many of the world's greatest and most important pieces of tech. The fact that he has failed at virtually every one is not his fault, but is the fault of the government military-industrial complex who is foiling his work because they fear that his superior intelligence will allow him to create tech that could outwit even the most cunning of the slaves of the system that is oiled with the blood of those they are supposed to serve. Jake Legg. Jake has the equivalent of many advanced degrees, which he has earned through alternative learning methods which do not brainwash their recipients or feast upon their souls the way the American education system does. He has been offered many prestigious and high-paying jobs, such as technology head of the CIA and FBI. But he has refused these appointments because he values integrity over achievement. He was asked by the Iranian government to head their nuclear program. And, while he would have had it up and running in about 8 hours, he is smart enough to recognize that the Iranian government is no different from the US or any other government, and that the global elites are all in the bag for the Illuminati and their reptilian overlords. And Jake Legg Jake is a man of the people, not the fourth-dimensional lizard beings. Jake had to be in hiding for several years after exposing Dick Cheney as one of the lizard beings. And, even though he was shot in the face by the vice president, he has gone on to write a 6-novel series exposing the elder Cheney, doctor, and his connection to the forces of evil and darkness.
There you go. But nobody can hear us in here. It's like the code of silence. You know?
You made sure
The
to
cone of silence.
coat it up with enough tinfoil, right?
Yeah, it's got a lot of tinfoil out there. So uncomfortable though. God, do you have enough room? Can you see anything?
I wish you'd get away from me.
This is...
Here, let me test. All right, you're good.
So many
Well, so invention number 1, you got to get away from the government, or from when you're gonna try to put on a good face for the aliens and Sasquatch. If they already know who you are, they're probably gonna run away. So you need a good, quick disguise.
Gotcha.
And this is what I invented as a disguise.
Okay.
See, now you can't even tell it's me.
No, you can't.
I know. And I'm sure all the lovely alien enthusiasts at home will agree.
Yeah.
You have no idea who I am.
Right.
The quick change technology is very
Whoa,
easy.
that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. What else you got?
This one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Whew.
This I made it wireless.
That's some
so-
impressive circuitry you
Yeah.
got there
See,
too.
this is the wireless receiver right there.
Here.
So that just sends it out.
Okay.
But there's a couple of diodes here that you can put on.
Diodes, yeah. You
And
know
it
when
act-
you're
It
doing
acts
something
like
with diodes.
like a bracelet, you see.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you put this on, and it's controlled by a couple of these knickknacks here, wirelessly, of course. And you can control the things here, and you activate it with this wireless Bluetooth button, not Bluetooth. We're doing something better than,
Okay,
than Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth.
Great.
And you can control it here, but you put this on somebody who needs to learn something.
Okay.
And when they get something wrong, it sends them a small shock until they do it right.
Well, that's amazing. Can you demonstrate it for us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, so here, I'll just put it like this.
And this is going to help us with the aliens and Bigfoots and history of music in what way?
If we need to learn a song that's going to be,
Gotcha.
important for luring aliens and Sasquatch,
Yeah.
or a song to scare the government away,
Yeah.
then you're going to want to get it right.
Okay. Gotcha.
So this is going to help you learn it.
Okay.
So if I was trying to play the guitar, and you would give me the song and I'd have to learn it, you can program the song right into here on the microchip. And then
Why don't I do a close up of that microchip?
yeah, so right there,
Yeah, okay.
it's got its own memory,
Yeah.
and it'll remember the song and it'll know what you got to do. And if you don't do it, say you hit the wrong note, it'll shock you.
Okay. All right. Can you show us what it's like when you get shocked?
Yeah, let me just tune this up real quick
Okay, you gotta tune
and activate it with the Bluetooth button.
Okay.
And let's see. Get my handy dandy instrument here
Okay.
and say I play the wrong note.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah. And
whoa! I mean that wasn't any kidding around. That was a serious shock.
yeah,
Like I could feel it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you say I play the wrong note again,
Whoa, whoa, man. Okay.
yes. See, do you see that? It blew itself off my face because it shocked me so hard.
Yeah, I saw that.
All wireless too.
All
So
wireless.
you don't trip over your wires or anything, because we wouldn't want anybody to get hurt.
No, we don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay. Well, cool. Well, should we head back to the studio?
Let's do it.
Okay.
What is it? Sonny! What is it? What do you see? Come on. What is it? What is it? Sonny!
Shout.
What do you see? Come on. What is it? What's that?
Sabor.
Sonny! What's that? What's that? What's going on? What's happening? What is it?